call me bad company, I can't deny. Bad company, till the day I die. Until the day I die.
Hey everybody, in this segment of Wildlife Commando, we're going to go ahead and show you some of the last footage we got for the last weekend of duck season here in Georgia, as well as some of the footage we got from last weekend. We were out looking for coyotes at Redlands Wildlife Management Area. This first clip is going to be from our night out with Tim Rupard from Rais A Ruckus Game Calls. We had a great time. We saw a ton of mallards. I'm talking, we might have seen close to 100 ducks, but there was one live duck who snuck in or was in there before we were, and you will never compete. Calling or motion decoys or nothing will never stand up to a live duck out on the water. And so they ended up landing in the swamp right around that live duck, and we just were never able to get them land close enough to take a shot.
My grandson always tells me I worry about him too much. And of course I do. I'm his grandma. Look at how good my tea turned out. Well, I was worried sick when he came home from Afghanistan. He came back wounded. It wasn't a wound you could see. It was a wound inside, post-traumatic stress disorder. My tea couldn't sleep. He was angry all the time. He felt like he didn't fit in anywhere. Then I heard about this group, Wounded Warrior Project, people helping warriors like T. So I figured who better to help my grandson than people who could understand what he'd been through. Now, I don't know what they do there, but my T is smiling again. So I figured they must be good people.
1 out of every 5 warriors return from the battlefield with post-traumatic stress disorder. Help support them at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Thank you.
Today we're out here with Tim Rupard, the owner of Rais A Ruckus Duck Calls. These are some calls that are handmade. They are beautiful. Some of the artwork on these things is just extremely impressive. We're uploading some photos of them to our Facebook page, and they'll also be on our website. Just go by his Facebook page for Rais A Ruckus, and be sure to like it and let them know that Wildlife Commando sent you. Tim, you want to talk about your duck calls for a little bit, or what got you started into doing it?
Actually, it was sort of a crazy thing, because a friend of mine actually started making a few calls a couple years ago, and he shared one with me, and I've always been into woodworking and you know, doing things like that, and I looked at it and I was kind of like, I believe I could do that, you know. Yeah. And I've always been interested in duck calls. You know, I've been duck hunting now for about 25 years, and you know, been calling pretty much that whole time, and I've got a collection of really nice calls, and so, you know, it just kind of intrigued me that he could do it, and I started, you know, thinking, well, I believe I could do that, and well, I started turning out calls, and they turned out pretty nice, and you know, people started getting interested in them, you know, and they were like, man, you ought to sell some of those, and I thought, you're crazy, you know, but you know, after that, it kind of convinced me that maybe I should, and we've begun to sell a few calls now. So. Yeah,
I mean, like I said, they are some beautiful duck calls. If you're looking for calls that are, you know, they're handcrafted, the wood on them is just amazing. You use different types of wood, right?
Yeah.
And you know, it's just something that's great. And are you thinking about doing any more than just duck calls, or? In
fact, yeah, we kind of changed our name to Rais A Ruckus Game Calls, and so we're about to kind of expand into doing all kinds. I've got turkey calls on their way right now, and right here before turkey season, and you know, crow calls, of course, for the turkey hunter, and we're especially going to do some deer calls. I mean, grunt calls are fairly easy to do, and we're going to do some of those for next year's season, and you know, as you mentioned earlier, even a hog grunt. So, you know, I got to look into that. I never even thought about, I'm going to make a hog call, but we're going to make every call that you could need, you know, in the woods, basically.
Absolutely, and so this is a company to definitely keep your eye on, and definitely Wildlife Commando is going to be using these products, and we'll see what we can do in the future. Right now, it's time to put down some woodies.
I heard that, bro.
They're coming in. They're coming into land. Give them another pass. Here they come. Ain't set. How you got 2? Like I said, Tim and I were never able to get a shot on any of the ducks, but luckily Ted, the property owner whose land we were using that night, his son was able to get him a mallard hen, and it was just a great shot, nice big duck. Now we're going to go ahead and announce the great news that we have. March 23rd here in Lawrenceville, Georgia, we're actually going to be giving a seminar at Bass Pro Shops on turkey hunting accessories. We're going to be talking about ground blinds, chairs, different types of broadheads and ammunition, just all the accessories that you will want and you need when you're trying to take down some gobblers. We are also beginning to do our scouting trips for turkeys, and it's looking great so far. We're seeing tracks, we're trying to find some of the nesting trees before they get out, and they're starting to talk a little bit more while we're out there, and just really come together, and it's really looking great. Thank you for watching this segment of Wildlife Commando. As always, if you have any photos, video footage, anything like that that you would like to submit for us, send it in and we will be sure to display it in one of our episodes. You can send all that footage in to us by submitting it to our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/GAOutdoorAddiction, or you can just go ahead and send it to us by email at wildlifecommando@yahoo.com. Be sure to check out all of our new content and our new footage that we're updating constantly at wildlifecommando.com, and also be sure to follow us on Facebook. As we start getting ready for turkey season, we're definitely going to be doing some more hog hunts. We're going to be looking for some more coyotes, and definitely going to be seeing what we can put down. The turkey season is looking very well for us, and we're very excited to be getting into it and ready to put some gobblers down. This episode of Wildlife Commando is brought to you by Wounded Warrior Project, Badlands Packs, Rais A Ruckus Game Calls, Wildlife Energy Drinks, and The Silent Tree.